Alright, so now we're going to look at question 12. A store mixes Kenyan coffee worth $11 per kilogram and Turkish coffee worth $14 per kilogram. The mixture is to sell for $13 per kilogram. Find out how much of each should be used to make a 432 kilogram mixture. So we're going to think of the Kenyan coffee as X and the amount of Turkish coffee as Y. So we know that we want a 432 kilogram mixture, so we'll have Kenyan coffee, which is X, plus the amount of Turkish coffee, which is Y, and that's going to have to equal 432. Our second equation that we're going to use is looking for the amount of money, so we're going to have 11x, because it's worth $11, plus 14y, because Turkish coffee is worth $14 per kilogram, equals 432 times 13, because it's $13 worth of a mixture. And so in order to use the first equation and plug it into the second one, we have to rewrite it. So I'll rewrite it in blue. And so this equation then becomes y equals 432 minus x. So now we can plug that in over here, and our equation then becomes 11x plus 14 times 432 minus x equals 5,616. And so from here, we just multiply this through, and so we get 11x plus 6,048 minus 14x equals 5,616. And so from here, we'll go ahead and combine like terms. So we'll take 11x minus 14x and get negative 3x. And then we'll take, we have to subtract 6,048 from both sides. So we will get negative 432. Now, we divide both sides by negative 3 in order to isolate x, and we get x equals, we get 144. And so, looking back at our equation, x, which is the Kenyan coffee, is equal to 144. Now we're going to look at question 13. The value of an uncirculated mint state 65 1950 Jefferson nickel minted in Denver is 1/2 the value of a 1945 nickel minted in Philadelphia in similar condition. Together, the total value of the two coins is $30. What is the value of each coin? So we are going to name the Philadelphia nickel, we're going to name that X. And we don't know anything about it. What we do know is that the Denver nickel is 1/2 the value of that. So plus 1/2 x. And together, their total value is equal to $30. So actually, we don't need that, but it's equal to 30. So here we're just going to combine the like terms. X, which we can think of as 1/1, will change to 2/2 so that it has the same denominator here. So we'll make that 2/2 because that's equal to 1. We'll combine those two, so we'll add them and get 3 over 2x is equal to 30. And now we have to isolate the x, so we're going to divide both sides by 3 over 2. And when you divide by a fraction, you're multiplying by the reciprocal. So here we'll take x is equal to 30 times 2/3. And so that's equal to 60 over 3, which is equal to 20. Now looking at 21, which is pretty similar to the last problem, we have the sum of the page numbers on the facing pages of a book is 89. What are the page numbers? And we're looking specifically for the page on the left. So we don't know anything about these pages except for that one has to be more than the other. So the left page is going to be x, and the right page is going to be x plus 1. And those two pages together equal 89. So 89. So we're just going to go ahead and combine the like terms. So x plus x is 2x plus 1 equals 89. And from there, we'll subtract 1 from both sides, and we'll end up with 2x equals 88. And then from here, we isolate the x, so we divide both sides by 2, and we get x is equal to 44. And so since the question asks for the left page, and we know x is the left page, then x is equal to 44. Lastly, we're going to look at an inverse problem. So question 38 here. We want to find the inverse of x minus 4 over 7. And so the way I like to think of f of x is just to think of it as y. So our equation is y equals x minus 4 over 7. X minus 4 over 7. And so to find the inverse, what we have to do is we're going to swap the y and the x. So we're going to rewrite this equation as x equals y minus 4 over 7. And so from here, we're going to try and isolate the y. So the way we do that is we'll go up here. And so we multiply both sides by 7 to get rid of the 7 here, and we get 7x equals y minus 4. And then to isolate the y, we'll add 4 to both sides, so we get 7x plus 4 equals y. And that's our answer.